Now, we come to the question and answer portion of our evening. We will be going, if we have enough questions, for the next hour. Questions that are taken, we hope that you placed in bags as you entered tonight about the school district and issues that you may feel are important. We'll be taking questions out of each bag for each candidate. I will read the question and then hand the question to the candidate. The candidate will have 3 minutes to respond. We'll give them a 30-second verbal warning when time is almost up, and then a time is up if necessary. If the candidate is not able to answer the question, they will state that they cannot at this point, but they will get back to the person eventually who asked the question. We do ask that that is the case. At the end of the hour question and answer, all unanswered questions that might be left in the bag will be given to each applicable candidate, and it will be their responsibility to respond to those questions within a reasonable length of time. So if your question doesn't get asked here in public tonight, it will at least be answered. Responses to unanswered questions will be posted on the PAC website, that's www.letsgorams.com, under the Did You Know page. So, we're going to follow, I guess, the same sequence of and same order that we did for the introduction. So, let's begin with Irv. Okay, this question for Irv. Could you please talk about the potential tax increase and the homestead exclusion?
Thank you, Bill. From the year 2001 to 2006, the Ligonier Valley School District had an 11.8 mills increase. Since 2007, 8, 9, and 10, we have not had any increase. In fact, you've actually paid less than the 69 mills. Now, I don't know what you paid, but I went back and looked at my records, and in the year 2008 and 9, I received a $67.41 homestead exclusion. That meant that my millage rate was actually 66.7. The state gave us $67.41. In 2010, the homestead exclusion was $65.69. And what that meant to me in my personal taxes was that it cost me approximately 66.8 mills. We don't know the exact number yet for the 2011, but it's estimated that it will be $65 and some cents. And if that's the case, based on my own personal property, it will be about 66.8 mills. I do not relish any tax increase. That is all going to be dependent upon the final state budget, which we will not know for several more months. We will not do a final budget until the last of May, a preliminary, and then in June a final budget will be done. But each one of you who own property in the Ligonier Valley School District, you will be receiving a minimum of $65 plus a few cents decrease in the actual millage that you have on the 69 mills. I hope that answers the question.
Our next question is for Lynn Sulkey. What do you plan to do about the $557,000 deficit that the district faces?
I believe that there are several ways to approach this. One of the issues that I didn't get to earlier was the cyber school issue. Currently, our school district has to accommodate $1.2 million to support the cyber schools. I would love to see some type of resolution where we can bring those kids back into the district. I'm going to elaborate on this a little further. I also think that there are other methods that could be applied to save the district some money. I think that we need to look at some alternative methods to conserving energy. I think we could save a lot of money there. I think as far as transportation goes, there's a lot of empty buses. Maybe we can look into transporting the kids a little bit more efficiently. You know, I hate to see the cuts. Unfortunately, we're going to have to make some more cuts. But if we can make those cuts, if we have to cut teachers or administrators, whatever we have to do, just to try to do them in the best interest of the kids, because that's what it's all about. It's about their education. And so whatever has to be done, that will be priority.
Next is Bruce. How does state and federal legislation affect local school districts?
Well, it affects them quite substantially, as evidenced by what happened last year. When the budget was put into place, there were stimulus funds of approximately $600,000 that were substituted for our basic state education monies, which reduced the amount that we received from the Pennsylvania Department of Education in the state, and all it did was, it was a shell game. The monies came in from the federal government, and these were a one-time type event, and therefore when you look at it, you're counting on the money from the Pennsylvania Education and the federal money, you didn't get all the money. Rendell did pull the money out of the Pennsylvania state for all school districts in the state, and therefore this year, there's $600,000 less than what's being expected because of this stimulus package that was passed by the federal government. The state has taken a position this year with the new governor to cut all districts in the amount in order to balance the budget, which he inherited a $4 billion deficit, and education has taken the brunt of it. So, unfortunately, measures are going to have to be taken to try to balance budgets without raising taxes, because we are limited to one bill raising the taxes this year. We also have exceptions for up to 3.89 mils that could be done. But I got to tell you that I'm for no increase at this time, and I'm going to have to be convinced that we need to balance the budget by raising the millage. Thank you.